This is episode 78 of my weekly diary. This one includes mostly fun activity week and school, but I hope you enjoy.
So, quick video on my game on Sunday for Kent versus Surrey. Overall, it was an alright game. Like, we could have done better. We did end up losing in the end, but it had its ups and downs. I think if we stayed more consistent with the ups, definitely would have been better, but not much we can do about it now. We just have to wait for next game. So, I was captain again for this one with another girl, and a lot of the time he was coming over to us and being like, look, I'm gonna have to start, I might have to give out yellow cards soon because we're not dropping back enough. And it's like, that's an easy fix. So I told, obviously we told the team, went back to it, and then it just kept happening, so it was a bit annoying. I ended up playing all 3 front row positions, so I started as 2 for a half and 5 minutes, oddly specific, and then I went off, and then I think one girl hurt her fingers a bit, so they took her off, and they asked me to go back on, and so I went on, and then they asked me if I could play 1 or 3, specifically, and I was like, yeah, I could play both, not too bothered by it. So then she went back on after a while, and I stayed on because I just swapped sides. So I ended up playing both. My hair is really annoying me right now for some reason. But yeah, it was too much one-up rugby, I would say. So we kept running up, but not passing it anywhere and just running back into traffic. And that was 100% our downfall, because there were so many times where there was space on the wings and it'd be a 4v1, something ridiculous like that, and people would be screaming it for the sides, and then we just never really did that, which was a bit annoying. So I got a few highlights, mostly tackles because they had the ball so much. I got a few runs, but a few of them were a bit close to the ruck, so I didn't get a major run up to it. So I stopped quite quickly, but I had one that was pretty decent, so yeah. Obviously not the best game, not the worst game. It was quite a close game though, they had some big players, and I think we only lost by 1 try, so it went well. Yes. Anyway, I hope you enjoy.
So, quick video for Monday and Tuesday. So Monday I spent pretty much the whole day hoping I wasn't going to get kicked, because after my game on Sunday for Kent, I was so bruised. But lucky for me, it meant I didn't have to do conditioning. So I went to gym, and normally, as it's Monday, we would do lowers, but if you have a game, you can pick between uppers and lowers, depending on kind of what hurts more. So I was doing uppers, and then we went into the actual skill session afterwards, which was focused on line-outs. They did record some, but I don't have that footage. But yeah, it was annoying though. Every single throw before that I thought went really well, but one of the ones he videoed from me was the first one he pulled out the camera on, and it just went miles over their head. So I was just that's not the best. But yeah, other than that though, it went pretty well. Then we had a 2-hour break for lunch, and then meeting for skills. Now this wasn't the most interesting meeting, it was just kind of saying expectations and stuff like that. So, not really much. We kind of went through one of their games, so, because we were supposed to have a game against Loughborough this week, but we found out late Monday that, well no, we found out on Tuesday actually that it was postponed due to pitch conditions, so we didn't have that. So I think everyone was a bit disappointed throughout it, which is obviously quite annoying. Anyway, it was focused on a lot on scenarios, because we didn't want to do too much tackling because we thought we had a game. So all of it was about scenarios, whether it's from penalties, line-out, scrums, basically all that stuff. So we just went through that. And then Tuesday, I had school. It wasn't the most interesting. It was basically just creating notes because we've got our actual exams in January, so it is coming a bit soon. But yeah, so we had to do international, national, and local businesses and write information about that. And just go through exam questions for my first lesson. And then obviously we found out late in the day that Loughborough was postponed, so that was a bit annoying to find out. But it was still a bit good because my knee is still not amazing. Like, it's getting better, but it's just not 100% yet. So that was Monday and Tuesday.
Quick one for Wednesday, Thursday, and most likely Friday, considering how short all three of them are. So on Wednesday, we did gym as normal, and then we were all told to go to the clubhouse. So we all headed over, and they told us that we were going to be doing like a full fun day thing. So it was separated into groups that we were in at the start of the season. So we haven't seen this groups in like ages. I was light blue team, which surprisingly is the exact same one I was on last year. So what we ended up doing was mini games at first. So I keep saying so. It was, I'm not gonna say so. You had to put a ping pong ball on the table right in the middle of two players, and then it was whoever could blow it off first. And then it was like a team thing, so it was like one person v one of their team, and then 1v1, and it was going back around. It was definitely strange, but yeah. Then we had to do it became really long. Like, we had to go around the entire campus, and we got 10 hints, and 3 of them we had to take photos on, and the rest we had to get items like a water bottle, try not to yawn, bibs, ball, and cones. And the cone part was really hard because obviously we're not the only rugby part. There's the boys rugby and the girls rugby. So we did randomly find 2 cones that weren't actually a part of the game at all, which is absolutely hilarious. So we came in at the end and we had over the limit of like stuff, and we're like, well, we found them, we thought it was in the right area. But yeah, so we got 7 out of 10, which is pretty good for what it was. We got all the pictures right. It was just some of the items people had traded them out. Bit cheeky. But then there was a just dancing, and it was a long day. Like, socially it was a long day, but it was quite fun seeing people get really hyped over everything. And I think it was to try and make up for the fact like we weren't playing a game, and I think everyone was really disappointed about that because it'd been hyped up for so long, and then for that it was just kind of like, oh, that sucks. Because if we win this one, then we become 4th, and then I don't know if we get pushed to 3rd or we stay at 4th, but yeah. Then Thursday it was school, still doing notes about our exam. I actually asked my teacher because I don't know if next week we're finished on Thursday or Friday. So I asked my teacher if next Thursday we can start our class earlier so then we can finish earlier. So then if we do finish on Thursday, like, I can go home earlier. Because my usual class is from 1:15 till 3:30, which obviously is quite a short day, but if we can start earlier, then it's even shorter. But yeah, so he said yes, but I don't know how much earlier, because I think he has a class right in the morning, so I don't know how much earlier it's going to be. But any kind of earlier is better than what it was, so I'll accept it. And then Friday session was another fun one. So, but it wasn't as fun. Like, it was funny, but it wasn't like activity games. So it was passing, gym, and then we went into touch games. But it was like everyone, half v half. Touch, if you get touch, you put it through your legs. And yeah, it was just supposed to be a bit of fun, and then we moved back to passing, and then back to touch, passing, touch, and that's pretty much how the entire day went. So Wednesday and Friday were definitely the chill ones. What are you doing? And Thursday was just school, so that was boring. But yeah, hope you enjoy.